EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Denver. And he'll take it up past the 25 at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw, it's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at 7. They run it again with Cook. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Allen from the gun on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. In coverage there was the linebacker, Nick Benito.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Nix. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Those are the ones 800 dream of his defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Nix to the air. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 23. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. Shakir hauls it in. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Allen. He'll try to pick it up himself. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Bills first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
This one complete to his... And a loose football! It's picked up by the Broncos. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now it's Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
They'll try it with the day. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll try the middle with Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. There for the stop defensively, Nick Bonito.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Back at the 33-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Throwing, Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Nix once more. He'll try and do this himself. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. From the gun, it's Allen. He gets it to Cooks. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second down and 8. To the air, Allen. There again is Cooks, complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Allen now looks to throw. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Buffalo.
Now Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Allen going to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the Halftime Report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter.
At their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw, here's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
2nd and 10 now, third quarter action in Denver. Back to the air with Nix. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd down and 4. To throw is Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Here's Allen to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. We have played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7. Allen. That's completed right side to Palmer. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And
because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
It's caught left side by Cooks. And the Bills are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In the backfield, standing alone here on 2nd and goal is Davis. Allen to throw once more. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Davis. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Watch it 4th down be any different. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's got a full head of steam. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. R.J. Harvey, 97 yards. And the Broncos have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Quick slant to Shakir. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On play action, Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Throwing now is Allen. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.